I recently bought a horse and I decided to name him Mayo. Mayonnaise. Two Army paratrooper recruits are talking about their first time jumping out of a plane. FNG1, how was your first jump today? FNG2, well, I stood in front of the open door looking at the earth flying by and turned to the jump master telling him that I couldn't do it. The JM said if I don't jump then he would fuck me in the ass. FNG1, did you jump? FNG2, a little, at first. A Scotsman, an Irishman, and an Englishman. A Scotsman, an Irishman, and an Englishman are each sentenced to a year in solitary confinement. Before being locked away, each is to be granted a year's supply of whatever he wants to help him get through the long spell alone. The Scotsman asks for a year's supply of whiskey, it's given to him and he's locked away. The Irishman asks for a year's supply of Guinness so he's locked up with several thousand bottles of the dry stout. The Englishman asks for a year's supply of cigarettes and he's given a pile of cartons and the cell door is shut on him. 1 year later, the doors are all unlocked. The Scotsman staggers out and shouts, "I'm free," and then keels over dead from alcohol poisoning. The Irishman is dragged out into the light, whereupon he promptly dies of liver failure. When the door to the Englishman's cell is opened, everybody watches eagerly to see what sort of a wreck the man has made of himself. To their surprise, he walks right out the door, sidles up to the first person he sees, and asks, "I say, you wouldn't happen to have a match, would you?" Two wives go out for a girls' night out, both got drunk, started walking home and had to pee. They stopped at a cemetery but had nothing to wipe with. One used her panties, and the other grabbed a wreath from a grave. The next morning, one husband called the other and said, "No more girls' nights out, my wife came back with no panties." The other husband said, "You think that's bad? Mine came back with a card in her crack that read from all of us at the fire station, we will never forget you." A soldier ran up to a nun. Out of breath he asked, "Please, may I hide under your skirt? I'll explain later." The nun accepted his request. A moment later, two military police ran up and asked, "Sister, have you seen a soldier?" The nun replied, "He went that way." After the MPs ran off, the soldier crawled out under her skirt and said, "I can't thank you enough, sister. I hope you will understand, I don't want to go to Iraq." The nun said, "I understand completely." The soldier added, "I hope I am not rude, but you have a great pair of legs." The nun replied, "If you had looked a little higher, you would have seen a great pair of balls. I don't want to go to Iraq either." Please smash the like button, and subscribe to my channel.